Functional medicine versus the seven systems plan. And I decided to do this video because of an article I read this week, a case study. And it was a very good case study, but I want to show you the contrast between what we do on the seven systems plan and functional medicine. Here's what the doctor wrote. A recent patient was concerned that despite watching her diet and taking her diabetic medications, her hemoglobin A1C keeps going up. Remember, hemoglobin A1C is a lab test that shows your average blood sugar over the last 3 months. And if your A1C is above 7.5, it indicates your diabetes is not very well controlled, which increases your chances of aging quickly, but also having painful neuropathies, kidney failure, and needing dialysis, developing cataracts, maybe amputations, and problems with your retinas that can actually lead to blindness. So here's what he asked in his article. What could possibly be missed by her primary healthcare provider that's allowing her diabetes to get worse? And he came up with this. One major cause of unregulated glycosylated hemoglobin is an unrecognized B6 deficiency. So he tested her with a xanthuronate organic acid test and found out, surely enough, she was deficient in B6. Now, this is a fairly expensive test, as most functional medicine tests are. Instead of doing that test on you, what do? I just put you on the essential multi, because everybody should be on a multi, and guess what? It's got 25 milligrams of B6, which will make sure that you have enough, besides lots of other vitamins and minerals that you need. He goes on, but wait, there's more to the story. You can take B6 and it may not work. Why? Because if you're deficient in zinc, taking B6 doesn't work. So he tested her for zinc. It's actually an intracellular nutrient test, and sure enough, she is low in zinc. Now, many of you have been on the program and know we do this zinc tally test. It costs pennies to do, and within 10 seconds, you will know your zinc status and if you should be taking some. But there's more to the story. He goes on, elevated stored phthalates or plastic in your body interferes with zinc metabolism and zinc doing its job. So he tested this patient for plastics, and sure enough, she is high in 3 different plastics. Now, if you've been following the seven systems plan, you know that we are all high in plastics. In fact, the average person eats a credit card worth of plastic a day and a half a pound of plastic a year. And in the seven systems plan, we don't just diagnose it. We assume everybody is, because you will find you are. We teach you how to limit your exposure and then how to get the plastics out of your body. There's ways to detoxify plastics. So in summary, A1C deficiency, high, caused by B6 deficiency, made worse by zinc deficiency, made worse by stored phthalates. Test, 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 and then they have 3 things that they will do to help this patient. On the seven systems plan, we cover all of those bases, but that is just the beginning. We give our patients hundreds of tips on how to improve their lifestyle and a lot of things to do to improve A1C. Like, one thing you've learned if you're on the course, you can lower your A1C by 1 full point in 7 weeks by just adding a half a teaspoon of brewer's yeast to your diet. Tremendous results because it has something called glucose tolerance factor in it. Simple to do, inexpensive. By adding a little vinegar to your prior to your meals, you can reduce your blood sugar spike by 50%, no matter what you eat. And not only that, taking the vinegar has been found to increase glucose uptake into muscle cells. What's that mean? It means your insulin's working better. It means you have more energy. We've also talked in the course about cinnamon. Lots of studies show that cinnamon helps blood sugar levels. In fact, just drinking cinnamon tea can lower your blood sugar 15 points. Besides lowering A1C and blood sugar, it can also decrease triglycerides significantly. And in the course, you have all that have been through it learned about a fat that is actually worse than sugar for you. We know sugar makes diabetes worse. So for 2 days, these people are loaded on sugar, and that's what happens. Loaded on this bad fat, that's what happened. A diabetic in 2 days. So putting all these tips together in the 7 Systems Plan, we have amazing results, like with Sharon. Her diabetes gone. And Mike, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all gone in 90 days. And even people like Sheila, one of my worst diabetics, insulin-dependent diabetic, almost died, reversed her diabetes using the 7 Systems Plan. We work with young people too, like Brandon here, 14 years old. He's got a hemoglobin A1C of 9.7, which means out of control diabetes. In 90 days, it's down to 5.7, and his diabetes is nearly gone. And Candy, diabetic, diabetes gone, still gone 13 years later. So the 7 Systems Plan is the simplest, most affordable, most effective health plan. If you haven't checked out the 7 Systems Plan, please do that. See if there's a 7 Systems Plan provider near you and talk with them. If not, you can check out the online course at drpatluce.com.